Well, there seems to be some conflict on a point of history involving the Bay of Pigs invasion. As you know, the Attorney General says that no United States air support was contemplated, so therefore there was none to be withdrawn. Yet today, editor Jack Gore of the Fort Lauderdale, Florida News says that in a group of editors who visited you on May 10 in 1961, you told them that air cover was available, but you had decided not to use it. And Mr. Gore says you told these editors that one reason for your decision was that Ambassador Stevenson had complained that any such action would make a liar out of him in the UN. Now, also today, a Mr. Manuel Penabaz, who has been rather vocal for the last day or two, a member of Brigade 2506, he says that the United States military instructors of that brigade promised the men that they could expect air cover. Now, out of this welter of seemingly different stories, I wonder if you could set us straight on what the real situation was.
Yes, there was no United States air cover planned, so that the first part of the statement attributed to the Attorney General, of course, is correct. Obviously, if you're going to have United States air cover, you might as well have a complete United States commitment, which would have meant a full-fledged invasion by the United States. That was not the policy of the United States in April 61. What was talked about was the question of an airstrike on Monday morning by planes which were flown by pilots, B-26 planes, which were flown by pilots based in, not on the United States, not American planes. That strike, as the Attorney General's interview in U.S. News and World Report described it, was postponed until Monday afternoon. I think that the members of the brigade were under the impression that the planes which were available, which were the B-26 planes, would give them protection on the beach. That did not work out. That was one of the failures. The jets, the training jets which were used against them were very effective, and therefore the brigade was not able to maintain air supremacy on the beach. So I think that the confusion comes from the use of the word air cover. You have to talk about United States air cover as opposed to air cover which were attached to the brigade, some of which flew from various parts of this continent, not from the United States. So that I think that makes it clear. As I've said from the beginning, the operation was a failure, and that the responsibility rests with the White House. We engaged in intensive analysis of the reasons for the failure, afterwards headed by General Taylor, who's now chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The Congress, Senator Foreign Relations Committee conducted an investigation, and it seemed to me that the conduct of operations in October 1962 indicated that a good many lessons had been learned. As to the recollection of the editor, there was no such conversation of the kind that at least has been read to me. The problem of air cover and one of the reasons the invasion failed may have well been discussed, but only in the terms I've described, because what I've described are the facts